Today will be the properties of equality. I have each of these properties written out in advance, and they're not much to write down at all. Once we compile a list of them, I will give you some multiple choice problems in which you choose the letter of the right property that matches what has been shown on the screen. The first property is reflexive. The reflexive property means that something equals itself. 7 equals 7. That's the reflexive property. The symmetric property is if A equals B, then B equals A. For example, if I had 3 plus 2 equals 5, that is the same thing as 5 equals 3 plus 2. The transitive property. If A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C. It's the same thing as this. If 4 plus 3 equals 7, and 7 equals 12 minus 5, I could say 4 plus 3 equals 12 minus 5. Since this equals 7 and this equals 7, they should be equal to each other. The multiplication property of 0. If I multiply something by 0, the answer is 0. If I multiply negative 1.315 by 0, I get 0. The additive identity property. If I add 0 to something, it does not change the value of that something. 9 plus 0 is still going to be 9. The multiplicative identity. Multiplying something by 1 does not change that value. If I had 12 times 1, I still have 12. Substitution. If A equals B, then A plus C equals B plus C. For example, if I had A equals 2 and B also equals 2, if they both equal 2, then I can say that A equals B. So if they're both the same, and I had A plus 9, I could substitute this A out and write B plus 9, and it would not change the equality of it. I have A plus 3 equals 6 here. I know that A equals B. So that means instead of writing A plus 3 equals 6, I can write B plus 3 equals 6. That is the substitution property. If M equals N and N equals P, you can say that M equals P. That is the transitive property. 3 plus the quantity of 2 minus 2. What is 2 minus 2? 0. If I add 0 to something, does it change it? No. So we are looking at the additive identity property. Find the value, identify the property used in each step. So the first step is to go to the parentheses and do 9 divided by 9. That's just 1. 8 times 1 is 8. And 8 plus 10 is 18. But we have to identify the property used in each step. Well, here, 9 divided by 9 is 1. All we did there is simplify. Horribly written, but it's supposed to be simplify. All right, there. simplify. But when I multiply 1 by something, I still get that something. That property is additive, or not additive, but multiplicative identity. And then to go from here to here, I've simplified. You could also say that you have substituted 18 in for 8 plus 10, but that's not commonly used, but it's still possible. So the value is 18, and it's the multiplicative identity from here to there. And then from here to there, we simply simplified. And from there to there, we simplified. Where do I go first in this problem? Parentheses, yeah. Inside of those parentheses, what do I do first? I do division first. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. So we've simplified. Now I go back to those parentheses and I get 4 minus 4 is 0. So again, I have simplified. But now 9 plus 0 is 9. What property is that? Yeah, additive identity. The first step is to go to the parentheses and do 36 divided by 3, which is 12. And you just simplified there. Inside the parentheses, 12 minus 12 is 0. You simplified. But 5 times 0 is 0. And you get that from the multiplication property of 0. If I have A equal to 3 and B equal to 2, and I gave you this expression of A squared plus 3B minus A, and told you to evaluate that, your first step would be to replace each of those variables with the numbers that they are equal to. So instead of A squared, we have 3 squared. Instead of 3 times B, we have 3 times 2. And instead of minus A, we have minus 3. From there, you simply evaluate the expression. 3 squared is 3 times 3, that's 9. 3 times 2 is 6, and you keep the minus 3. 9 plus 6 is 15, minus 3 is 12. Let's substitute in the 4 for the x and the 6 for the y, and then evaluate. 4 divided by 2 is 2, 2 times 6 is 12, and 4 squared is 16. 2 plus 12 is 14, and then plus 16 is 30.